very much.
We live in an increasingly busy world where danger may lie around any corner. At Thales, we do what we can to try and make things a little bit safer. So let's start by thinking about autonomous self-driving cars. They already use LiDAR to map their surroundings and try and avoid obstacles. LiDAR is essentially radar, but with lasers. But there's currently no practical way of being able to look at what's around a corner to try and avoid obstacles. And this, if we could do that, this technology could be used to search a building after a natural disaster, so that we don't have to put our first responders in harm's way. But I want to talk about something a little bit more serious. I want to talk about Dave. Dave is a hide-and-seek champion for 2018. He has spent the last 3 months in a room at the end of an impassable corridor. I know he's there, but I have no proof. So in collaboration with Glasgow University, we are trying to improve the technique known as non-line of sight LiDAR so that we can find Dave and put an end to his mischief. Now the ingredients are simple-ish. We need a laser that's capable of creating a short, intense burst of light. We also need a camera capable of detecting single photons at over 10 billion frames per second. Something that conveniently can be done by what we call a SPAD camera. It's not important, I promise. So let's look at a measurement. The first thing we do is we fire a laser there. When the light hits that spot, it scatters everywhere and it expands and it goes into the room that we couldn't see. And some of that light strikes my nemesis, Dave. Next, the light that has struck Dave, again, bounces off and expands back into the path of my camera. Now this ellipse that has formed contains all of Dave's secrets. It contains his location. But it's not always easy to differentiate that ellipse from other reflections in the room. So we need to take into account, what does a single pixel see? As the measurement progresses, a single pixel counts how many photons strike it, producing a histogram that you see here. The first big reflection is from where the laser strikes the floor in the first instance. The second peak here, that's Dave, the little scoundrel. And this is background stuff that we don't care. With some data processing, we can separate the static and dynamic images and retrieve Dave's signature. He will have to move at some point. We will find him. Combining this single pixel information with all the pixels in the camera allows us to reconstruct Dave's ellipse. And the origin of that ellipse tells us exactly where he is. Now, this method and methods similar to it have been used to track multiple targets around corners at over 50 meters away. And we're looking at improving that range right now. So perhaps it won't be too long before you're driving along and your car knows danger coming before you do. Perhaps we'll safely be able to put safety workers into buildings. And perhaps Dave's hiding days are over. Thank you.
Thank you, Calum. Thank you very much.